Welcome to Faith in Focus. From the Book of Mysteries by Jonathan Cahn, The Paradox Sign. Imagine, said the teacher, that there existed a world where people wore jewelry in the shape of an electric chair, where models of electric chairs crowned the pinnacles of sacred buildings, where people sang songs about one particular electric chair. Imagine a world where people found in this electric chair hope, mercy, love, forgiveness, restoration, redemption, and new life. What would you think? I would think, I replied, that it was crazy. Yes, but with one slight change. What I just described was this world. Just replace one instrument of capital punishment with another, and you have earth. Replace it with what? Replace the electric chair with the cross. The cross is as much an instrument of execution as is the electric chair, the gallows, or the guillotine. But what makes it different from every other instrument of execution is that Messiah, the Son of God, died on it. And that changes everything. We live in a world where people wear jewelry in the shape of an instrument of capital punishment, where sacred buildings are crowned with reproductions of this instrument of death, where people sing songs about it, and where multitudes find in it love, hope, mercy, and new life. What does this reveal? How radical it is! Yes, and how radical is the power of God in Messiah, to take an instrument of execution and transform it into an object of love and mercy, in which people find hope, grace, and new life only. The Messiah, only the Son of God, could make such a thing a reality. An instrument made to bring death now brings life, now causes us to come alive. An instrument of judgment now causes us to be released from judgment. The most evil object of ancient times now transforms into the most powerful sign of love the world has ever seen. That's the power of God. And so in that same object is the power to turn every darkness in your life into light, every sorrow into joy, every evil into good, every sin as white as snow, every failure into victory, and every death into resurrection. That's the miraculous and radical power of the execution stake that has become the sign of everlasting love. The mission: apply today this most radical power to turn darkness into light, defeat into victory, and death to life. Start turning things upside down. Isaiah 52, 13-15. Behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled, and be very high. As many were astonished at thee, his visage was so marred more than any man, and his form more than the sons of men. So shall he sprinkle many nations. The kings shall shut their mouths at him. For that which had not been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard shall they consider. John 3:14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. 1 Corinthians 1:18-28. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hath not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. But we preach Christ crucified, unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God, and the wisdom of God. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And base things of the world, and things which are despised, hath God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. Ephesians 1:6-7. To the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace, the radical love. Thank you for joining me on Faith in Focus. Remember, these insights are inspired by Jonathan Cahn's The Book of Mysteries. Until next time, may you find strength in the revelation of his love.